My next guest is a chef, cookbook author, and a father of 4, known for celebrating family recipes. We all know Pat Neely from his time on Food Network's hit show Down Home with the Neelys. But Pat's main claim to fame? Well, he's a barbecue man, and today he's going to show us an unexpected smoky flavor for the holiday season. Pat, thank you so much for joining us. I've got all my ingredients. As I've shared with people, my grandfather was a pit master. He barbecued. I learned how to barbecue from my dad. I was surprised of having barbecue as a holiday meal, holiday Christmas meal. But you do this with your family, obviously.
You wouldn't be surprised if you was in my house, Tam, baby. I'm always, I'm always smoking up something. If it gets too cold, then I bring it inside and I do an oven barbecue.
Okay.
So I want to thank you so much for having me. Girl, I wish I was in New York with you right now because it looked like you cooking it up and I'd be eating like crazy.
Well, I'm ready to eat some ribs. I've never met a rib I didn't like.
Yes.
So let's start out. This is an oven version of the recipe. I've got the ribs in front of me. Are these beef ribs?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So here, Tam, what we want to do first is we want to make our sweet cherry cola rub.
Oh.
So I start off with some brown sugar in a bowl.
Okay.
I've got some smoked paprika going in. I've got some onion powder
Okay.
and garlic.
Right.
All of that in. Then we want to give it a nice heaping of salt. So I'm going to go with about 3 tablespoons of salt.
Nice.
And 1 tablespoon of black pepper. Then we're just going to take this and we're going to mix it. You know, I always make like my own rub. I think it's unique, it's different. You can add different
Believe it or not,
flavors for
I do
whatever
the
you're trying
same,
to do.
and I like it because you can refrigerate it and then use it on other
Yes.
things. So whatever you have extra
Yes.
here, you can put that rub on chicken, depending on what you
Yes.
want there. So I like to keep a nice rub in a Ziploc bag in the refrigerator. So we've got this.
Yes, and then you can also add, you know, your own ingredients instead of buying the store bought. And like you said, I have the little glass jars that I put them in and then I label them.
Oh,
So
okay.
then,
Well, you
Tam,
go
once we
fancy.
get
I'm with the Ziploc. I'll do glass jars now. You've shamed me, Pat. Okay, so you've got the rib. We've got the rub.
I got beef rib now. Now, Tam, one thing about this recipe, if you're not able to get the beef back rib, which is what I got, you can use short ribs.
Okay.
I tell people if you wanted to do pork, you could do pork ribs, just any type of meat. So, you know, a recipe is just a blueprint, but you can
Sure.
always kind of work with it. So now you were talking about using your hands early,
Right.
girl. I use my hands all day long.
I
So,
do too. I think,
listen,
that's a fun difference in TV versus real life, because at home we know we cook with our hands, but when we do
Right.
demos on television, it's often frightening for people to see.
girl,
but
you can
I
always
assure you
get
my hands
somebody
are
that's gonna
clean,
say-
and I'm the only one
Yeah, you
eating
can
it.
always get somebody that's going to say a little something. We just go on with it. So you want to generously put your rub on. And Tam, I'll tell you, like if you knew you were going to do this, then I would say do it the night before, so that these the brown sugar and the paprika and the salt all kind of marry in and sit.
I love that.
So generously portion. Just you don't be afraid. Don't you go ahead and be heavy with it because we're cooking beef ribs and they can hold it. So then, Tam, once we got it completely seasoned, we take some foil because the foil will help keep it tender. It's gonna keep everything in, and we just wrap it.
Got
And
it.
we wrap it really, really tight. We don't want any air to get
in.
to it.
So we have our beef
Yes.
ribs. They've been in the oven for 2 hours at 350. Now we got to get the sauce. I love sauce, but I tell people all the time, I like to taste the rib before I put the sauce on because the meat's got to be
Yes.
good. Otherwise, you're just hiding it in sauce.
Yes, and then also, Tam, you could if you got the weather is proper, you could do these out on the grill.
Oh,
But
okay.
as you can see, these came out. And also, if you are doing them in the oven and you do like sauce, after about 2.5 hours, go ahead and mop a little salsa on them and cover them back with foil.
Oh, so okay, then they
let's
won't
start with-
burn. They won't burn if I put that.
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, that's good to know.
No, and then because you got foil, you got them wrapped in foil.
Nice.
So, and then if you're on the grill, you want to use indirect heat, so that'll keep them from burning.
All right.
So we want to start on the sweet cola barbecue sauce. So I've got some ketchup going in my pot. Are you with me, girl?
Listen, I put ketchup on everything. Eggs. I love
Yes.
ketchup, so that's my vice.
It's always the base of a good barbecue
Okay.
sauce. Then we got water going in. I got my pot a little hot, girl.
I see
You
it.
know, I like it a little hot in the kitchen. Then I've got some, red wine vinegar,
Love that.
more brown sugar. I also have some of the dry rub that we made earlier,
Got it.
about 2 or 3 tablespoons of that, and some Worcestershire sauce.
And how long do you cook this
So,
down? Oh,
We
you
want
got.
to
Oh,
cook
wait a
it,
minute. I skipped
Tam,
the
for
clean
about
recipe.
2 hours. What you do is you bring it to a boil.
Okay.
And then once it becomes a boil and it's all mixed, then you turn it down low and just let it simmer. You know, it's like anything else, a stew or spaghetti sauce or something. The longer it cooks, the better.
Yeah.
And so now that we have that, we got that going.
Okay, when do
Then,
I add the
Tam,
Coca-Cola in?
oh, girl, I need to be in New York. You're right.
This
So
is a
we got
real
our Coca-Cola-
potluck where somebody comes in your
Right.
kitchen and
Yeah.
supervises your
Girl,
recipe.
you better help me. We got about 12 ounces of cherry cola that's going right in. That's
Why
going to add the grape.
why do you use the Coca-Cola cherry? What does that do for the flavor of the barbecue sauce?
Well, it adds a little sweetness.
Okay.
It gives you that cherry flavor. Because remember, this is cherry cola beef ribs.
Right.
And so it just adds the flavor. And remember, y'all, when you're seasoning your beef ribs, you want to make sure you pull that membrane off.
Tell
And
me,
then-
before I start eating, tell me about your Pat Neely apron that you have there. It's a new part of your product
You
line.
like that?
Yeah, I like it. Tell me about
You
it.
know, girls sitting around here in this pandemic, I said, I got to do something. So I started a merchandising line. I got aprons, I've got mugs, I've got T-shirts. I even got stuff for kids. I have the little onesies for my daughter and
Aw.
little T-shirts and caps. I have masks. I have it all. And, you know, it was just something to do. People have been asking, where can I get your stuff? So I decided to do that. And it's going really, really well. They can go to my social sites. All of them are Pat Neely BBQ.
I swear I'm
King
listening to you,
order.
Pat, but I'm eating, so I can hear half of it. So we're going to put up Pat's
girl,
information as I just
Tam,
bit into
can I
a
tell
rib.
you something real quick?
Yes.
Listen, I am so doggone proud of you, and I'm so
Aw.
happy to be on. I mean, you light up our house every single day with that
You're very
million-dollar
kind. Don't
smile.
make me
My
blush.
wife-
Don't do that. Listen, thank you for
Listen,
joining
my
our
wife
potluck
doesn't
dinner.
play. When you're on, everybody's got to get quiet. The little ones, me, everybody else. Tamron Hall show is on. Be quiet. I want to watch it. So,
Well, Pat, thank you.
I am
Thank you.
so doggone happy for you. And
Thank you.
you know, we
You're
met
making
many
me blush,
years ago,
and I need
but-
to eat. I can't be blushing. I need to eat. Thank you, Pat.
Well, I had to get
Congratulations
that
on
in.
the
I
family.
promised myself I had to get it in. I hadn't seen you in a while, but I had to get it in.
This is
Now,
live
listen,
TV, sir. I need to eat. I am
did
hungry.
they get you
Thank
a
you,
cocktail,
Pat.
Tam?
Thank you, Pat. Cheers. God
I
bless
love
you.
you, baby.
Thank you.
Did they get you a cocktail?
They did. You want to take over my show, Pat? Because I need to go. It's like the dinner party where they
love
don't
you,
want you to
baby.
leave.